Part 2. A Boy with the Big Red Heart. The Longing of the Heart. The boy with the big red heart, Sean, is now a young adult. Holding his heart stitched back together by his mother when he was a boy, Sean, who was once brave, happy, and innocent, has now become scared and weary. He no longer shows people his heart because of its imperfections, even though he still has a big heart full of longing. He resists sharing it with another boy. Although society has become more accepting, Sean still feels deeply ashamed of his broken heart and its faded color. Sean still hopes to find another man with whom he can exchange hearts. However, despite his longing, he hides when people ask him to show his heart. He runs when people offer theirs to him, and he pretends not to care, even though all he wants is to show his heart. His heart has begun to harden, piece by piece. Its color is fading. What was once a broken heart is now fragile and fragmented. At times, the heartbeat becomes so light and faint that even Sean can barely hear it. To him, this might be for the best, he thinks, because it doesn't hurt as much when he stops thinking about the possibility of finding someone who might want to see his heart. To avoid being hurt, Sean buries his heart deep inside his body, so no one can see it, no one can hear it, and no one can touch it. Despite his best attempts, Sean still longs for love, yet pretends not to care. Not out of hate, but from fear of what others might think when they discover how ugly his heart has become. Until one day, he unexpectedly meets someone. On a rainy, gloomy day, Sean stands with an umbrella in front of a busy pedestrian crossing, waiting for the traffic light to turn red. It's early morning, and people are rushing to work. Sean, deep in thought as usual, crosses the street when the light turns green. Something catches his eye. A young man he's never seen before, even though he's taken the same route hundreds of times. For a second, he has an out-of-body experience. "Hi, sir, want to buy some flowers?" the young man says, standing in front of him with a big smile. Sean unknowingly walks into the shop. Feeling embarrassed, he says to himself, "Oh, it's a florist shop." The young man laughs. "Yes, that's what we call it." Sean quickly points toward the lisianthus. "Can you please wrap this up for me?" "Yes," the florist says. Sean sees his name tag. Amory. "What a lovely name," Sean says, brushing his hair back. "Oh, I hated it," Amory replies. "Why? It's such a girl's name. According to my parents, it's an old, really old, name from German origin. Well, when you have Asian parents trying to fit into society, they just pick any name for you." Amory starts laughing, then stops. "Sorry, I talk too much." Sean answers, "Not at all. I think it's beautiful." He pauses. "Oh, sorry, it's poetic." He stops, trying to say something appropriate without sounding weird. "That's so kind of you. And your name?" "Sean," he replies. It's been 2 weeks since Sean started coming in to buy flowers every day. Amory and Sean are slowly getting to know each other. Amory has never felt so alive. He looks forward to seeing Sean, and he senses Sean might have a crush on him. Yet Sean never initiates anything. "When are you going to ask me out?" Amory says with a laugh. "It's a bit obvious. You didn't even know the name of the lisianthus the first time you were here." "Oh," Sean says. "That was for a friend of mine in hospital. I think he'll be discharged soon." "Damn. I thought you were into me," Amory replies, and they both laugh. In the next several days, Amory hopes to see Sean again, but since their last conversation, Sean hasn't come back. Despite his disappointment, Amory thinks maybe he really did get the flower for a friend. Crouching down to arrange the flowers, talking to himself, Amory stands up and heads toward the counter. He hears someone walking behind him. "Give me a second, I'll be with you," he says, without turning around. He hears a familiar voice. "Sure. Until you're ready." Amory pauses and turns around. He's almost tempted to run and hug him. With all his restraint, he walks a couple of steps closer. "Lovely to see you. Your friend is all good now." Sean hesitates a bit. "About the dinner you mentioned, you still interested?" Amory's heart beats faster than a bullet train. He looks at Sean in disbelief and says, "Yes. Actually, a loud yes. Sorry, was that too desperate?" They both laugh. The first date is amazing. Sean had forgotten how nice it feels to hear his own heartbeat again. Amory has sparked something Sean had long forgotten. The joy of a connection, of his heart singing once more. In this world, when two people truly feel for each other, a light-coloured thread visible to the human eye begins to form. It's a sign that their hearts are singing together. Despite this harmony, Sean is still deeply afraid. He goes home and cries. Not because he's unhappy, but because he's too happy. So happy that it scares him. He's been rejected so many times after people saw his broken heart, teased, laughed at, judged. He lies on the floor, paralyzed with fear, and cries until he falls asleep that night. On their third date, after dinner, Amory and Sean walk together hand in hand, talking and laughing about the customers Amory serves, flowers they buy for their girlfriends, and bizarre online requests with erotic messages. The night is cold, filled with winter fog, yet beautifully mesmerizing. Streetlights and car beams shine through the mist, creating a moving symphony that dances through the night. The sky, despite the chill, is bright with a full moon and stars. Standing in front of Amory's flat, they both see the thread between them has grown brighter and more luminous. As a gesture of love, Amory holds Sean's hand and places it over his chest. Slowly, Amory's heart begins to glow in a shining deep rose or soft crimson, a color that represents love that is not just romantic, but soulful and emotionally layered. It carries warmth, devotion, and tenderness, with a maturity that white does not. It's love that has known pain, yet still chooses to open. Amory slowly reaches toward Sean's chest. Before his hand can touch him, Sean suddenly moves back, shaking and breathless, staring at Amory like a deer caught in headlights. "Sorry, I have to go." "Early morning," Sean says quickly, walking away and slowly disappearing into the fog and light. Standing under the street lamp, Amory thinks, "Have I done something wrong? Did I move too fast again?" He feels frustrated. "I've done it again." Slowly, he walks back to his flat, quietly, with tears running down his cheek. "Man, I really thought I had a chance this time." Sean reaches home, shuts the door behind him, and slides down onto the floor in the dark. Tears stream down his face. "I wanted this so much," he thinks, "but what if he saw my broken, fragile heart? Would he still like me?" For years, Sean had given up hope of hearing his heartbeat again. But tonight, it wasn't just beating. It was loud and fast, and that scared him even more, especially when he touched Amory's heart. Amory had opened a deep-seated longing Sean had long buried. Inside him, hidden from the world, are fear, vulnerability, and ache. Parts of himself he still isn't ready to show,